A word for our listeners. Season 2 of Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1930s and 40s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It's not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Nerds Domain gaming podcast. Join us each week as our investigators uncover the corruption of the mythos in World War II. Starring George Chimples, Rob Walker, Phil Durham, Shirley Niedzwiecki, and Justin Kimmett, with Matt Quiett running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed Nazi cultists await you just beyond this music. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'm here with Rob.
I'm having a good time.
And Shirley.
Hello.
And Phil.
You have a bad sense of taste.
I agree.
Look, it's not a bad sense of taste. It's just the desert is boring as shit, and I really...
Then why did you take us to Cairo?
Boring?
And then he kills an entire town.
Yeah.
Wow, it feels like we've gotten some of this from, yeah. All right, so we have decided we're breaking into a museum.
No,
No.
we're not breaking it. We have the
No.
key.
We have the key.
This is the easiest time for us.
Okay. So you guys
Comparatively.
are
It's
going to
easy.
purposefully trespass with a key. in
We're
the
not.
museum.
We've been.
How
we
are you?
have-
How are you transporting this stone away? That's the first question.
We must acquire a truck.
That's a good question.
Is that the truck?
See, I
What
told you
about
I need
Dolly?
to bump up my drive a little
A
bit.
dog.
Like
What are we
how-
gonna do? Walk down the street with it?
Well, so this is the part of the plan that we didn't formalize, was that our first option was to not
We're still
destroy it,
eating.
but to get it out. But we didn't establish.
We're going to
If we get it-
destroy it. We just need to get
Oh.
it out first. Because I don't want to destroy it in the museum. That way he doesn't get in trouble.
So where are we going to destroy it at?
Out. We're near the desert, buddy. We'll
We're
just
gonna
find
go
a
out in
good.
the desert?
We'll just go
Okay.
find a good dirt spot and wreck
I
it.
know where there's a well.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well. You don't say.
How far into the city are we?
You're in the old city, which is inside the new city. So yeah, you're pretty deep inside the city.
We can still find our way out.
Yeah, we need it.
As long as we're not getting chased, we can
You're
take a
gonna
nice
need a.
leisurely roll.
You're definitely gonna need a vehicle.
Yeah, that's the biggest part.
Could we talk to someone at the hotel to be who to talk to get
Hold
a truck?
on. If we're here as an archaeological dig people,
Then we should have already coordinated a
Archaeo-
truck. Yeah.
we
Good
should
call.
have already coordinated.
I
truck.
like this argument.
And tools.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And what?
Tools.
Tools.
We should have some picks.
No, Rob, you need to look at her when she says that. And what?
Tools.
No, say it again. Say it right.
And tools.
No. I'm
You know the
thinking
little-
tools.
But we wouldn't do those tools. You have like little tools because you have to brush off the stuff.
When
and
you
then
get
pick at
past
it.
all the dirt.
Yeah, that's your little
Anyway, so you think that you should have already arranged for a truck? Is that what our statement
pick.
is?
We would have already done that as part of
That's-
our cover.
That is how deep this cover is that is your statement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds fair to me. I don't think we would have come unprepared.
We would not have come unprepared. They would have had everything
Oh
arranged.
my God. We
for
totally would
us
have come out unprepared. Were
beforehand.
you unprepared? Yeah.
Well, okay. We wouldn't have come prepared for regular run-of-the-mill espionage. We would have at least matched our cover. Does that mean we have all the things in order to fight frickin' horrible evil demons? I don't think you ever do. Thank you very much.
Okay. So you are going to take the truck that you have already hired and bring it to the museum.
Nearby-ish.
Well, you're going to... How are you getting... Okay.
You said Blake and I can carry it easily.
Okay,
Yeah, you
sure,
said
sure.
that.
Okay.
You
So you're
did
going to
say
walk
that.
out carrying this giant crate.
This is why we're killing the Nazis on the outside.
thought
Oh,
it's
we're about
not
to
in the
kill the
crate.
Nazis. We're not going to carry it in the crate, no.
So step one,
gonna wrap it.
Step one, kill Nazis.
Yeah.
Step two, go inside, get crate.
Step 4, profit.
Step. I am trying to make sure I understand what the heck you guys are doing.
You're Googling something.
I'm not Googling.
We can see you Googling something.
You're not.
You
I'm
are
not Googling.
Googling.
I am not Googling anything, sir.
Yeah, that's worse. You're
That
not even
is
paying
worse.
attention.
I'm paying a lot of
Right?
attention.
0 attentions.
100%.
Portions of non-attentions.
So.
I'm
Okay,
looking
so
up
let's talk about how you're going
Places
to
in
kill
the
this.
desert to dump us.
So you're going to survey the building first, right?
Yeah,
So
I
you
mean,
wanna make
if there's the Yahoo out front, we keep the truck down the
sure.
road.
Who is surveying the building?
Me.
By yourself?
No. No. Why would you do it by yourself?
Oh, I'm gonna do it with someone else. Sure.
What's your spot hidden?
88.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So are you doing it by yourself?
What's your sneak?
77.
Okay. Blake's got it.
Okay, that's fine. I'm clarifying. So Blake, I'm going to need a fieldcraft roll.
Irish McIrish.
That's Mr. Irish McIrish to you.
Pass.
All right. And then give me a spot hidden.
Pass.
Pass as well. All right. So you kind of circle the building a couple of times. You see the guy out front. There's a guy out back as well. Nothing out of the ordinary besides those two guys are kind of nonchalantly hanging around. They're not like obviously guarding the place, but they're guarding the place or keeping an eye on it. So who's killing who with what and where?
I have an R2D2 knife. I'm going to come up behind the guy in the back. We're going to shank him. We're going to take his wallet. We're going to take the money out of the wallet. We're going to throw it down on his face.
The money or the wallet?
The wallet.
Okay.
I don't care about the money. We could throw it in the desert.
Is he
There's a kid on the side. I don't
sitting?
give a
Is he
shit.
standing?
He's kind of leaning against the car.
Does it look like we could
Sneak up
kill
on
him and prop him?
Oh, good call.
In the car, yes.
Okay.
Not where he's currently at, but you could prop
Yeah.
him in the car.
Let's do that. That's a good idea, too. I like that.
I think one person should approach and the other should be nearby. I don't think we should both walk up to him.
I think one walks up front and starts talking to him, asking him for a cigarette or something, and then the other one comes up behind and shanks him.
All right. Well, you're talky.
Okay. You going to shanky?
I can shanky. That's where
I felt that
skills.
through the floor. Like my feet rattled.
You're sidetracking the story. We're getting ready to shank a Nazi.
Right?
Get with the program.
Come on, Shirley.
I care right now.
All right, so you're walking straight up to him.
I'm going to talk to him.
You speak German?
I do.
Okay.
At a 50.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so you approach him and say what?
I'm not talking to him in German.
Oh, what are you talking to him in?
Try to talk to him in French.
In English?
Well, yeah, no, English bad. I'm going to try to talk to him in French first.
Oh, so, okay. What are you saying to him?
Ask him for a cigarette. This has worked before.
We're going with this plot.
This everyone smokes in this era.
Yeah.
So you walk up and you, bonjour, la cigarette. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't speak enough French.
Buongiorno cigaretto.
That is Italian.
I speak first best.
And he just he looks at you and he responds in very, very accented French. Get out of here. Go on.
I just want a cigarette.
Get out of here.
What?
And then he kind of stands up and pulls his jacket back and you can see the gun holster. Get out of here.
Where are you at, Blake?
Yeah. At what point do I?
Can you roll? Go ahead and roll fieldcraft.
Jesus, Mary and
Yes.
Joseph. Are you kidding
We're
me?
going into combat, you rat bastard.
So you're coming around the car, and as you do, you just kind of bump it a little bit, shakes the car a little bit, kick a rock or something. He has that pistol out. You're what's your character's name? Astor. You're
Yep.
you're a good 2 strides from him. Like you can get there quickly and around. But he was waving you off long before you got within conversational range.
Where am I at?
Will you let me finish?
Okay.
Blake, you're probably also 2 strides. I mean, you're at the back of the car. He was standing at the front door. You're both right there, but it didn't you didn't sneak well. But he does have his pistol out. Shirley, where are you? Is your character?
I have no idea.
She was
Did
supposed
I?
to. She was supposed to take the rubbings back to the hotel while we were killing the Nazis. Then she
That's
could meet
right.
us here with the truck.
So, let's go into
Combat.
initiative. Astor, what is your dexterity?
Oh, this is the part that I'm not so good at. 10.
10. And Brian, you're a
14.
Wow, I'm a 15.
Yep. You sure diddly is. Matt has to look up stats. Sorry.
For one German guard.
You know what? Rolls can go very badly, right, Brian?
Yeah.
They always do. I don't know why you're assuming this is going to go fine. We're going to alert the dude in the front.
Hey, we get to kill more Nazis.
That works for me.
That's not what I want. Dun, dun, dun. I'm looking for regular soldiers, not their like their leaders. Sorry, give me 2 mementos. Poor favors. Oh, there we go. Not force. This is just a regular soldier. Nope.
They didn't have silencers then, did they?
No, they sure didn't. He gets 1 shot off. You're screwed.
We're screwed either way.
I'll take pleasure in cutting you, boy.
Her. Where are my regular German soldier rules? Oh, you know what? They're back this way. So we'll say, Brian, what are you doing?
So I presumably had my knife out.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
So, and he's turned, but is probably not pointing it at me yet.
Not yet, no.
And in a combat round, I can get to him and attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to go stabby.
Okay. And you over there, Astor?
Oh, I'm going to pull the knife out, and as I do, I'm going to yell at him that the Fuhrer likes little boys in German.
Whoa!
Okay.
I want his
Cracker
attention.
Jacks.
All right. So he has. Oh, good. So Brian, he's gonna actually get to fire at you first
Oh, good.
because firing goes first.
Wait, doesn't it depend on how many shots he has? His skill level?
Firing always goes first. Oh, those are all machine guns. I don't think you want to be shot by a machine gun. That's not fair.
Out of his
Coat.
chest holster, he pulls out a machine gun.
Yes, exactly.
He's got some magic space-saving technology there.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah. I don't think you understand how this works, guys.
Way to-
It's actually built into his chest.
Way to jack up the sneak.
Let's keep the way to Jack. I like that he's blaming it on you. I appreciate that he's blaming it on you, actually.
I was doing my job. He had his attention on me.
Yes, that it happens as this game is wont to do. We decided to kill Nazis, and the game is punishing us.
Every time we try to kill a Nazi.
Look, it's not the game. It is your dice. I think we need to accept that it is actually your dice.
I rolled fine, like for the last 4 or something.
Yeah,
It
but
was-
now it knows that you're doing something important. It's like, nope, time to screw him. All right, here we
it's
go.
time to get the hammer out to teach one of them a
gonna-
lesson.
Now that I'm not trying to progress my character, my dice are doing good. It's only when I try to progress my character where they do bad.
Okay, moving on. Brian, or no, he gets to fire again. Sorry, he fires on first firing and then on regular round. It doesn't matter because my dice suck now. Brian, go ahead.
Well,
It's 1/5.
Yes.
So that would be like 1.
What's your score?
75?
It's 15.
Ooh, not quite. All right, just regular.
So D8 or D4 plus a D4 plus 2?
5.
5 damage. 5 whole damage.
Yeah, but now I'm close enough that I can grapple him.
It's
and
a
try to.
D4 plus 2, and you only did 5?
Yeah, because I got a 1 and a 2.
You suck.
Yes, my dice have turned against me. At least I did manage to stab him.
Okay. It's 2 shots have gone off. Astor.
Well, I've got to close the gap, right? Or do I have an
Yeah,
attack?
you can still attack him.
Oh, cool.
You're close enough to move up and attack him. You're 2 strides away. It's not that far.
Hey, he also said that thing.
10.
Oh, yeah. 10?
Yeah.
You
Under
hit?
33.
Oh, yeah, you definitely hit. You might want to mark that box. 33 is not good.
No, that's my knife. I was working on that. That's a 1.
Wait, I get 2d4
2.
because
I have the damage bonus to +4.
Okay.
Plus D4.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I had 4.
Okay.
Ha!
He has taken a couple
You did
of.
worse than I did. You shut your face.
I hit on a 33. You couldn't even sneak on a 70 something. I don't want to hear it.
We're good teammates.
Wow. He is bleeding, but is not down. We're going to go to the top of the next round. Are you guys just both stabbing again?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to try to.
He's already
Grab
fired,
his-
right?
Yeah, but he's
a
going to fire
again.
This is the next round.
I'm going to try to.
Well, the
grapple
noise
him.
has already gone off.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's got a lot of 7, so we're going to get some attention.
I'm going to try to grapple him and pull his arm that he has the gun in a manner which points it not at either of us and potentially turns his back
Okay.
to,
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay.
Astor.
Well, let's.
For the
he's
easier
gonna-
stabbing.
He's going to shoot
Thanks.
again, and he's going to shoot at the guy that stabbed him first. So that makes you Brian.
Even though I told him his Fuhrer likes little boys.
Well, you know what? That's a good point. Since I rolled a 55 and I hit, I'm going to shoot you. Go ahead and roll your dodge.
Where's my dodge?
Are you glad that you
Dodge, duck, dive, and dodge.
Yep.
dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge?
Oh, yeah, you
Got it.
there.
Seriously?
Yes, 20 on the dot, 20 to 20.
Mark that. You want to mark that. Okay, so
Second
he
firing?
gets second firing. That hits as well. We're going to keep... you only get to dodge one bullet a round. 6.
All
Oh, wait. You are... At point blank. That's 12. That's a tough one. You know what you can't do when you've got a bunch of damage on you? Carry a giant crate. Or carry a giant stone.
I don't think it matters
Brian.
anymore.
You said I could carry it on my own.
Yeah, that's true. Brian, go ahead and roll grapple.
Nope.
Okay. And Astor, you want to stab? We'll try.
Nope.
Oh, wow. Top of the next round. You guys both stabbing again?
I'm shooting now.
Okay.
How many? What would I get the fire on if I pulled my weapon?
You can fire on first firing, but that's going to be it. Same thing for you, Astor.
I'm not going to survive this shot. Thank you very much. At point blank.
I will go back to stabbing him with my R2D2 knife.
Okay. So he's going to fire. Ooh, no. He'll fire again. Oh, yeah, you want to dodge that?
Nope.
How many hit points do you have left?
6.
That's actually 4.
Oh. I have 4 left?
No, I did 4.
Is he gonna die?
He might. Oh, there's 2 of us and only one guy. Totally got this. Go ahead
This
and
is
stab him,
what
Brian.
you get for
Or no,
talking
no.
about making new
You get to fire.
characters.
I get to make gun.
Or no. Yeah, you should have fired before I shot you. Go ahead. You
Oh,
might
I
get
killed-
those 4 back. Shoot.
If you kill him, you get those 4 back
Roll your dice. What are you looking at?
for your percentages.
Yes. Got it.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I get to dodge. Oh. Yeah, I dodged that. Go ahead and stab Brian. This is my favorite game.
Dude.
That's a 91 over
Are
75.
both of these guys gonna die?
He hasn't hit me yet, but
Ain't dead yet.
I'm gonna come back and they're gonna be laying in the street dead, and I'll be like, "Peace out, I'm going home.
Taking my papers and I'm leaving
I'm
you.
going
I'm
home.
leaving this.
I get to take the papers back anyway."
Well,
hey, if you take them, then I win too, because I just wanted them to stay with us.
Okay, so I'm gonna fire some more. You're gonna fire, Astor, and you're gonna stab.
I'm going to stab.
Okay.
Sticking to your guns. Or not
Oh
guns.
no,
Stabby stab.
no, go ahead. Yeah, you get first firing. Go ahead.
Got it.
Hold on. Yeah, I dodged again.
Second firing.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Got it again.
I can't dodge again. Go ahead.
All right, that's 3.
Are you serious?
At critical range though,
Oh yeah, double that.
so 6.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you roll? What's your pistol skill?
70.
So do you roll a fifth of 140, which would be 28 or less?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
So
so you
just
only do the
3.
3. So that's still not enough to drop him. Go ahead and try and grapple again.
No, I said I was going to.
Oh yeah, stab him. Stab him.
That's a critical.
Okay. I can't dodge. Go ahead. He's dead. He had 1 hit point left.
Thank God.
You took him to 12 damage, and he has 13 hit points. Good job.
Yeah, I have.
Now I'm pulling my weapon and looking for the guy. That's
So coming around the corner from the back is a car with its headlights off. It's coming rather quick and headed directly towards you guys. The other guy the guy you were just tussling with is dead and on the ground. What are you guys doing?
How far away is the car?
Close enough that it's going to get here in a round. You're going to have a round to do something before it's here.
How long does it take to search his pockets for car keys?
A couple of rounds.
Then I take cover behind the car.
Okay. And you? Aster?
Bleeding out right now. Thank you very much.
You've still got 2 hit points left.
Rub some dirt on it.
Gonna roll on the ground near Blake and rub some dirt on it.
That's sand. You're in Egypt. It's all sand.
Crap. I'm gonna take cover behind the car.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna stay out in the open.
You, well, okay.
I mean,
we'll go.
I guess we could check the car to see if it's unlocked. But even if it's unlocked, we can't drive without
it.
the keys. So yeah, no.
I need. So, are you firing at him at all? At the car coming at you?
Not yet. We don't know if it's her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her?
Well, she should be in a truck.
She would be in
Yeah.
a truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how much damage that I could feasibly do with my pistol to a car.
I can
It's
shoot
not about
through a
shooting
window.
it's not about shooting the car. It's about shooting the guy driving the car.
That I mean, like that seemed like it'd be not the most probable shot.
Okay.
With reloads and stuff, I would probably wait until I have a.
Okay, that's fine. So you're gonna hide behind the car. Astor, you can make 1 shot this round.
9 under 70.
He's not gonna dodge. Roll your damage. I can't dodge with the car. It'll ruin the whole idea.
6.
6 damage. Wow. You didn't think he was.
He's gonna run his car into our car and smush us. Great.
That's the plan. That's currently. Or he's gonna attempt to clip. Let's see what his drive. Hey, his drive is not a 0. So let's declare. So what are you doing? Firing?
Yep.
Are you also firing, Blake?
Is it clear now that he's gonna try to ram the car?
He is not slowing down whatsoever. Yeah, he's going to do something that involves this car coming at you very quickly. So whether clipping the car and making it spin into you and knocking you down, or just driving past.
So then I need more description about
The area.
what is around it.
Yeah. Let's do that.
You're on a street. There's a sidewalk kind of. So the car. So this is the guy. I know this is bad for radio. This is the guy you just stabbed to death, and you guys. That's you guys. Astor, you're the red one because you're bloody. I've hidden behind the car here, and that car is coming from over yonder, like in this general direction. There's a sidewalk behind you guys. There's like a street lamp, like gas street lamps here and here, and then the museum is over here.
So what's to our back?
There are a couple of buildings, but they're back a ways.
Then I imagine I'm just going to take off running away from the car,
Okay.
away from the cars,
Okay.
towards the buildings. I guess just if he hits the car, then I just want to make sure it's not going to then hit me.
Are you also running, or are you going to stay there and shoot?
I will say,
Yeah, I'm running.
I think he's going to ram us.
Well, I'm fairly certain.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to. Pardon me, sir. I believe that the gentleman plans to ram us. Perhaps we should flee. No, I'm pretty sure you're going to be a little louder than that. I think he's going to ram us, bud. Yep. That's Irish.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's happening.
So you both run. He succeeds on his drive. He's going to hit the car at the back. You guys have moved away. It's not a big deal. But the car starts to spin, and then he. careens into a building because he failed very badly, and the car kind of is obviously stopped, and he doesn't seem to be moving inside. Are you guys going to keep running?
Nope. I'm shooting him.
Okay, so we're at the top of the next round. You're going to shoot. Are you also going to shoot?
I'm going to approach with my pistol drawn.
I'm shooting.
Under what conditions would you shoot? I guess is the better question.
I see him
Move.
Okay,
that's fine. So if unless he moves, you're just gonna hold your pistol at the car. If he does,
I'm going to approach. So
Right.
I'm going to go investigate. But
Okay. So
I'm
Brian,
just going to wait for him to move. So I can
Brian,
kill him.
he is still moving around slowly and clearly is hurt. Are you going to shoot him?
Yes, he tried to kill me,
Okay, go for it.
and he's then presumably a Nazi, and so therefore he should die.
Yeah. Shoot Nazis. That's not a hard call.
That's an ought 9.
Okay.
So that's an impale.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll your double damage.
Wasn't my last one a not 9? Under 70?
I don't know. Was it?
Yeah.
You tell me. I
It
asked you if
was.
you impaled. If it
No,
was.
you didn't ask me.
I asked you if it was 20% of 140, and you said no.
No, when I shoot the guy in the car. It was a 9 under 70.
Listen, if you hit 20%, this is your responsibility to remember.
Okay,
Not mine.
he took 12 then.
Fine. What'd you get?
12.
He's dead. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. Even if you hadn't done double damage to Astor, he's still been dead because that was a hard hit. So you have 2 dead guys, 2 cars that have been clearly in wrecks, and probably police coming before too long. What are you guys doing? Oh, also, Astor's bleeding a lot.
First aid me first.
How many did you mark that you had multiple hits, that you were shot multiple times? It's important that you do that so when you heal, you can, because Brian can first aid multiple times, once for each wound.
Okay.
So I assume Brian's going to attempt to first aid and not just leave you to bleed to death.
Because I can't first aid myself.
You cannot first aid yourself in this situation. I might let you later. Like, if you're back at the hotel room, that might be a case, but yeah.
I'll try to first aid him as I'm first aiding him. Like, cops are going to be all over this area, so I don't think the Nazis are going to try to steal that thing tonight, so we can wait. And yes, I first aided him.
Okay, roll a D3. You can first aid him again if you'd like.
How long does it take to first aid him?
A couple of minutes.
Do I hear sirens? Or whatever would pass for
Roll,
sirens,
listen. Screaming camels.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, you're dead. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That would have been terrible. How much did you heal back?
2.
Oh, hey, look at that. You're not dead.
Do you hear sirens, Astor?
39.
Under.
No, 36.
Under.
Where's my L? I know I got higher than that. 37.
I know I got higher than that. One higher, but I know it's
You
higher.
do hear sirens coming.
I hear sirens.
Then let's go. I'll work on you more later.
Okay.
Do you ask her roll disguise? You have disguise, right? You are actually trained in disguise, right? Nope. Okay, then Blake, roll fieldcraft.
I have espionage, not disguise.
no.
There's a reason we didn't have or disguise.
Is that fieldcraft?
Yeah.
Pass.
Okay. So Blake positions your jacket or your clothing so that it's not clear that you're bleeding. Because a walking bleeding guy might be the thing the cops are looking for. You guys are headed back to the hotel?
Yes, along whatever route we believe. Well, along the most discreet route. If it happens to intersect with how we think that Evelyn would be coming, great.
Okay.
But otherwise, presumably if Evelyn gets there and notices, oh, hey, there's a bunch of cops, she'll just turn around and...
Nope, she's going to get out and be like, hey, I'm here to steal some. Shirley,
Yes.
could you roll luck for me?
God,
No? What'd you get?
81,
Over...
65.
Oh, okay. So you...
Can I trade idea and luck?
No. So you drive all the way to the museum, and when you get there, there has been a wreck. There are 2 dead guys, and some cops are out investigating the scene.
I'm just gonna slowly drive by
You head back
Or,
to the hotel.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
at a regular pace.
Shortly after you get back, two guys come in. Astor has been clearly shot a couple of times. He's a little bandaged up.
Normal routine for Astor.
Hey,
Whoa.
that was just a normal gunshot. That's nothing for you.
No, right? It wasn't no voodoo magic spells.
Okay, so that's where that's where you guys are at. You're back at the hotel.
You want some more? Let
Right.
me patch you up a little bit more.
Yeah, please.
I can try to do first aid
Oh,
too.
nope. I
Yeah, you
don't
should
know what to do
roll
about that other wound.
This is a bullet hole. I don't know what to do with bullet holes.
Can I do
That other
first
one
aid?
Yes.
just clipped you a little bit.
Yes,
I
please
know what
do.
to do with that one, but I don't know what
Yeah,
to do with this
yeah,
big
yeah.
one.
And myself, can I first aid myself yet?
Not yet.
Forget it.
Yes, go ahead.
See, this is the time where my dice catch up with me.
Got it.
Okay, roll a d3. That is all you can heal until you see a doctor.
Yuck.
So
But did you die?
I did not.
Do you have another
No thanks to you.
mutton chop man inside you?
I had to extract him.
So you guys are back at the hotel. Astor is not doing well.
Where the heck is the obelisk?
I
Oh,
want
we
the,
never got into the
we
museum.
we need to get the obelisk out still. Like,
But I think that it's probably safe in the museum for tonight. I don't think with all the cops, the
I
Nazis.
think we just gave away that it's there.
Yes, but you think the Nazis, while all the cops are there, are going to try to break in and get it?
I think they don't care.
Thank you.
They're just going to start shooting.
Yeah, they don't care.
Okay, well then you have to stay here, and then I'll go back and you'll drive me there. I'll bring it out when we see an opportunity, or
And
if
just
the
get it
Nazis
out.
start, killing people, and we'll try
The
to kill
thing
them
is,
back.
the police are there, so how are we going to?
I mean, they're-
Like,
are-
how are we going to do it too?
Well,
Are
if
they
the
gonna-
Nazis start killing the police, then we'll help the police kill the Nazis.
I'm not talking about the killing. I'm talking about getting into there and getting the
Well,
obelisk out.
if the cops are there and the Nazis don't start killing the cops, then we can just wait.
Okay.
trail the
and then-
Nazis.
If the cops leave, then we can go in and get it. If
Okay.
the Nazis start killing the cops, then we just kill the Nazis
Okay.
With the cops.
with the cops. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
because at least in the heat of the moment, the cops probably aren't going to stop us from killing the Nazis that are trying to kill them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot
That's
first,
a fair
questions
assessment.
later.
Sure. Sure. I mean,
I'm
that's an
taking my
assessment.
rifle with us,
Okay.
as well as my gun.
It's just it would just be in the truck. Then it's not you're not walking around with it on your back.
Right. Right. So you guys, how are you waiting any time? I mean, Astor, for you to first aid yourself, it's going to take a couple hours.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, I assumed he was staying at the hotel.
Yeah.
right. So you're going to do that while they go. Right. Okay. Hopefully you don't nick an artery and bleed out.
You
Come
know,
back
It'd
and
be his own
Astor's
damn
dead.
fault.
it is
Hey.
what it is at this point.
So you guys go back to the museum. You drive past the front, go to the back. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. I mean, the cops are there and all that,
Oh.
but like you don't see like Nazis waiting or anything. You pull around to the back. The key unlocks the door. You go inside. The obelisk is heavy as crap, or the stele.
Oh, like everybody's out front or something?
yeah.
Oh,
They had no reason to go behind the museum. Like there's
I thought
why
that's where we were taking the guy out. Maybe I was confused.
you're taking the guy out in front of the museum first. Was my impression.
And then the guy
Sure.
came running at you.
Was that not
with
what
the
you guys were
car.
doing?
He was across the street on the bench.
That's what I no. He was across the
You
street.
said there were
by the
two
car.
guys, one in front, one in back.
And I thought you were taking the one out in the front first. That was the impression I got.
If that was the impression we gave, then so be it. Something lucky is going to happen, and you're missing it. It was lucky enough.
I don't know that you guys specified, and I just assumed.
That works for us.
Okay. Look, I'm not arguing. Like, I clearly misunderstood, and that
The
that
key
whole
worked.
I-
We're getting the
yeah. You get the
out.
stele. You could carry it out. It's heavy. You put it
Yeah.
in the back of the truck after wrapping it up appropriately in some travel or in like moving blankets.
Yeah.
And you guys drive off. I don't know what you guys are doing with the stele, so that'll be interesting. Just put it in your hotel room.
Then we go out to the desert.
You're just driving straight out to the desert.
Yeah. Just straight out there. That was the plan.
That was our plan. I'll let you take a second rubbing. Astor's not here to stop us.
And then you light her and the rubbings on fire. Is that what's going to happen here?
She's got to sleep sometime.
Where have I heard that before? Who said that last time? Was that the professor?
Yes.
The original professor?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys head out to the desert?
Yes.
I'm gonna need somebody to roll navigate. The desert is a very dangerous place to just drive randomly around. And that's
We
not
just
just
need to
me
be like
being-
the city periphery, really. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like. It's got to be out.
out the city periphery, they're probably not gonna care what we're doing, like in the dirt there or in the sand there.
Okay.
The thing is, we could go to a dig.
Do you know where one
that
is?
Wouldn't we have mapped at digs?
Do you know where one is? I don't.
That still requires navigating in the dark. I would just be like, oh look, we're out far enough that no one's gonna care that we do anything. We can make a little bit of noise.
Hell, you could go to the slums and no one's going to care if you do anything. It's just a matter of
We don't
getting.
want it in the city.
Who cares? It's got a huge
Well,
black
they do
market.
since you're dead.
If we're blowing,
I mean, bleeding out.
If we're blowing that up, I don't want to blow people up.
No, I thought we were just scratching at it.
Yeah, you're just chipping off the parts that tell the information.
Did I miss something? What
Yeah.
happened to
Yes,
the
where-
grenades?
No,
That
We
was the
don't-
backup plan.
That was the original plan was. Oh, for Pete's sake!
All right, let's do this.
We'll point out that right. I'm not even there.
Yeah.
so
So
I
you
need
get to-
You
both.
stop arguing.
I need both of you to roll luck.
Oh,
Nice.
I got an ought 3 under my 45. Right on.
60 under 65.
For future recording preference, don't go. Okay, so you guys are out in the desert for a couple of hours because it's easy to take off the two sides that you know. The third side, you guys are pretty much stripping, right? That was my understanding.
Yes.
Did you take a second rubbing or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It takes a couple hours by the
Don't Astor.
by the time you get done, it's well after midnight, probably 2 in the morning. You drive back into town, go back to the hotel.
Wait, what are we doing with it now?
leave it.
I thought you guys were just. You're not.
Do
there?
we have a
You're not there.
sledgehammer?
Well, we would have had
I
a plan
guess-
though, or whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess I would like to break it apart as much as possible too.
Yeah,
If we're not blowing it up.
you can break it apart. Sure,
Okay.
why not?
I get to task on that because I'm guessing you're not.
We have the same strength.
Okay. But are you, Ms. October?
Oh no.
So you guys, yeah, you break it apart. That shouldn't take too much time. I mean, it's
You missed a spot
obsidian,
right there.
but it's it's a sledgehammer. So you break it apart into decent sized chunks. It's not like you
Yeah.
broke it to to
Are we gonna
dust.
spread them out, or are we just gonna leave all the pieces here?
We can spread them out.
All right.
That'll take another hour or so. So it's like 3 by the time you get back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you guys doing now? You taking?
Checking to see if Astor's
still
not dead.
alive.
Astor is missing. No, Astor's fine. That would be awesome. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah, you do what you got to do, Bubba.
No, Astor's fine. He's sleeping. Seems that he has self-medicated with a little bit of morphine, which probably needed it. But he seems relatively,
He's breathing.
yeah, he seems to be sleeping relatively easily without too much of an issue. So I
get
s-
some
yep.
get some rest, Evelyn, and I'll take watch until dawn.
Okay.
Right, so you
I'm
guys,
not arguing with that.
you sleep. We'll say probably around noon the next day. Everybody's awake and rested.
I would go get food for our rooms.
You mean call the restaurant downstairs and have them send food up?
Do they do room service then?
You guys, I assumed, are staying in a decent hotel.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I mean, he's an
Call,
archaeologist.
I would
after
call
all.
for food.
Okay. So they send up food, and it is about noon before Blake. You're back up and awake, having slept probably 5 or 6 hours, enough to get a decent enough sleep to operate the next day. What are you guys doing at that point? So you've taken care of the Stell
All right, so we need to.
in a way that the book did not expect it whatsoever. Good job.
Can we?
You should have counted on us going off track.
Can we get a house doctor?
I think that we should talk to the consulate to figure out where the best person to get his attention.
Right. Because he had an accident at the archaeological dig.
Archaeological?
Archaeological
Sure.
dig.
If we talk to the consulate, we can just be like, hey, we're here. They should know that we're here, basically, and say we need a doctor who's not going to ask
If
questions.
you can take him to the British consulate, and
We will do that.
they probably.
I mean, do you guys want to do that?
Yes, and we should take our stuff.
Okay.
We need to relocate.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you guys head over there. Astor, the doctor takes a look at your wounds, says that his suggestion is that you stay in bed for a couple of weeks to heal up.
Weeks.
Yeah.
This is that time. That's what the doctor says. Though.
He can rebind them, and he will. But for you to heal properly and quickly, you need a couple of weeks. Otherwise, it's just going to take a long time for you to heal.
I can go shopping. I don't
I
wanna
know what
Let's-
that means.
stay-
Let's
I
take
can
a
go to
day,
the market.
and you can work through the materials that you have,
Yes.
and based on what you learn about directions that we might move forward,
Yes.
we can decide where it makes most sense to go to
Yes.
from there.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Okay. So you work through the translations you have. It's pretty much what it said to begin with. What you thought you grasped. Basically, that this item of power, the Aten, is at the
Should be writing this down.
yeah. That would be helpful. Aten, Aten.
Mm-hmm.
It is at
Aten.
what now? Aten. Okay, that's fine. Aten. Can be called chicken nuggets for all I care at this point. No, it is at the place.
Place where the sun rises. or
The rising of the sun on the horizon. The place that has the rising of the sun on the horizon, which is a vague hint at a place called Amarna. Is what it could be interpreted as, but you're
Or-
not sure about that. You would have to do some serious research on what else that could be. Now, Ehrlichmann had in his notes the major's name, and I'm going to keep pointing you guys to that because that is your only other lead at this point without Evelyn sitting in a library for weeks. And you already know there are active Nachtwolfe agents in Cairo.
So we need to go see Aloysius. Is that what you said?
That would be your assessment, is that
Yeah.
maybe there's another bit there that he'll have an answer or he'll have information for you or something.
So
So I should show him this rubbing.
Maybe.
I think perhaps what might make most sense is if I try to approach him and see if he'll come to the consulate.
Yes.
You presumably may, if not already, have been determined.
Recognize. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
And so
I agree.
that also keeps the relevant pieces inside of the consulate where they're going to be relatively safer.
Okay.
And
So that's
if
the
I approach him
plan.
and he doesn't know anything about it, then we can just be done with it. Or
So you what?
so
Are you gonna try and like hang out and bump into him?
I'm going to go to that cafe where I
Sure.
saw him last time, and look for an opportunity where he is leaving, and then I will attempt to approach him.
Okay. So he is a rather portly, slightly florid, and keeps himself very well dressed. He does have a fine set of mustaches.
You say mustaches?
Yeah. So this is a mustache. This is a mustache. Mustaches.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Whoa. I wish
So
people
if I
could see
if I
what-
shave off one half, I can still have a mustache.
Yeah,
You
you look like
still
an
have-
idiot, but yes.
So what he's got a setup here, and then it's a split.
It's
in the middle,
also
then a
it's
sit
also
down
likely
below.
that they are parted in the middle as well, so they are two separate pieces.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if like sometimes you'll see like they'll do like one curl and they'll do like another curl outside, and that was the mustaches. But
He does not have that. No.
you have like a picture.
No, I wish I did.
You just choose not to let him have that.
Look, this is what we're working with. Just whatever.
Just whatever. Okay, I'll do
So you see him probably just before noon come out of his house.
Yeah.
And head towards the cafe.
So I would probably get up and approach him and see if he looks my way.
Okay. He kind of gets on the sidewalk on the side of the street you're on as you kind of stand and walk towards him. And he just, nods his head and tugs his hat at you.
Yeah. Excuse me. Are you Major Blythe-Manders?
I am. And may I ask who you are?
You can call me Shannon O'Reilly. I am in the service of His Majesty.
Okay. How can I help you?
We're operating on behalf of His Majesty, and we're investigating the Black Stone of Sais.
Okay.
Do you have any familiarity with that?
Can't say that I know too much about the Blackstone. No. I'm familiar with it from some writings.
Do you have any familiarity with hieroglyphics or
Erratic.
hieratic?
I can't say that I do. I have a man that I keep around for such things.
This isn't my particular forte. I have a colleague at the consulate who could perhaps ask more detailed questions to see if you might be able to help us. But are you familiar with Dr. Ehrlichmann?
Both, yes. I received a letter from him, perhaps a year ago.
Do you still have that?
I'm sure I can find it in my things.
It could be quite useful to us if you would be amenable to bringing that and meeting us at the consulate.
Why don't I have you join me for dinner tonight?
Well, as I said, I'm not necessarily the one that can ask the best questions about this matter.
How many other people you have? I'm sure I can entertain a party.
One of my colleagues has been set back and isn't really up to move much at this point. Is there a reason that the consulate isn't?
I try and stay away from the consulate these days. Once I'm there, they want me to answer questions and help them with things, and I would rather just enjoy my retired life. I'm sure that if your man is that bad off, that perhaps it would be better to wait. I'd be happy to entertain you and any of your friends. I can come to the consulate. It just tends to take a lot more time out of my day. Can you roll psychology? Or, yeah, let's go with psychology.
36 over 15.
Okay. He seems sincere, like he just would rather have you at the house, and that he's more concerned about wasting his time, not because of you, but because of the consulate.
Well, okay. So if you're up for it, then perhaps I and one other colleague might join you this evening, and then perhaps we can discuss the matter further about how best to handle things.
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. And if your man needs transportation or something, I'm sure I can arrange that. If that would help.
All right. I don't want to make decisions of. This is a rather sensitive matter that we're discussing here. So
I will plan on 2 or 3 for dinner this evening.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Thank you.
He gives you the time and then tells you that his helm is right there, which he clearly realizes you know, but he lets it go, and then he heads into the cafe to order a lunch.
Okay. I'll go back to the consulate.
Okay.
So I'll find, or you two, I'll gather you two together if we don't need to do that. The major seems genuine in his desire not to come here because it tends to take up a lot of his time. He says he has a letter from Dr. Ehrlichmann that he received about a year ago. He said he didn't necessarily know a whole lot about the stone or the hieroglyphics or the hieratic. So he may, at least seeing whatever might be in that letter might still be of use to us. He invited us to dinner this evening because he didn't want to come to the consulate. So I think that we might go. I would not bring the rubbings. I would leave those here would be my suggestion. And then Astor, I don't know if you're feeling up to a social engagement or if it's just better for you to rest. But it might
What
be
kind
good
of
for-
mischief do you think you're gonna run into?
He seemed genuine to me that he was in full support of whatever we were and not trying to draw us away from the consulate or anything. So I think the only thing that would be there is that if I was observed, and to my knowledge, I was not.
You didn't notice anyone noticing you.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood is also like it's not off the beaten path, but it's away from the hustle and bustle.
So I don't think that any Nazi contingent would be aware. I didn't notice anybody tailing me when I left the consulate last time.
Okay.
We would probably want to be careful so long as, because I'm sure that they're looking for us.
Oh yeah.
So I think it would probably make the most sense for you to remain, but I certainly won't tell you that you cannot.
So what was your warning you got from the other guy?
That major, that the major was not on the up and up. That he tends to sell artifacts to the highest bidder.
Well, that is definitely an interpretation, but that is not what was said.
He sells them
No, that
for monetary gain. You said he
okay.
sold them.
All right. That's
Right?
all. Okay, yeah, that's
Yes, no,
that that Kutoy or
Kate.
Kute was concerned that he might be doing it. He isn't sure. It's an iffy thing.
He has a concern that the major would sell artifacts.
So he wants to maintain his lifestyle as a concern.
So if
Possibly.
anything, we can perhaps
did
try
you-
to buy his letter off of him, which is maybe
Unless he's already sold you to the Nazis.
Is that a possibility? I mean,
Yeah.
a British man?
King George.
she
King
this
George literally
naive?
just stepped down from the throne a couple of years ago because he was a Nazi sympathizer. No joke.
Oh.
So, like, yes, the British have had very prominent people back the Nazis. Like, I don't know, Lord Wilkerson.
Yeah.
But he was. Oh, we didn't know he was possessed, but
Well, no, we don't even. We don't. I don't. He wasn't. But there is no indication that Wilkerson was ever possessed. Just that he is evil or had turned evil.
Well, part of him.
then
Other
what
parts
happened
of
to
me.
him in that tunnel?
He got killed, and you guys left the body behind.
Right, and he got reanimated by cultists.
That doesn't
That's
mean he's possessed.
possession.
Okay. Anyway, let's focus.
Some crap happens to you when you get
Let's
reanimated.
focus.
Just
So-
saying.
So either we abandon the trail with, well, I guess we work with Major Blythe-Manders until we see otherwise. I guess we break into his place and steal the letter, or we just drop it and go back to England.
It will take
Those are the
quite
options it
some
seems like.
time for me to sort through all of this if we do not have his help.
If you just want me to go to dinner, then that's fine. I can, except for that trip
Try
up by the car, I can usually handle myself.
So,
Yeah, appreciate that.
Hey, I didn't start, name calling the guy. I appreciate you taking the hit, but
Do you speak? How much German did you speak?
29.
You probably understood that then.
I'm sure I know all the best parts of the language.
Yep. That's exactly what you're aware of.
I mean, if you guys want to go to the dinner, I'm not going to say no. I just want to make sure that we have thought about the
I-
possibilities before we walk in.
I have a concern that we have a money-grubbing Nazi sympathizer.
We haven't had any indication to say that we have, but it's just a possibility. It is a good possibility to keep in mind. So
Well,
I
hope
wouldn't.
I'm wrong.
Well,
Well,
obviously.
if that, I think it's a valid concern. And if it's one that we're concerned about, then I think we should only risk one party member. And in this case, I would argue that should probably be me at this point.
Okay.
So
I've already
So
made
my-
contact with him. Like, if we are going to put good faith and trust him, then, Evelyn can come along. But if we think it's a serious concern, and I'm not saying it's not, then
everything indicated by the research you did before you came to Cairo about the major suggested that he is living in a comfortable lifestyle because he was moneyed prior to becoming a major. Also, he's living on major the retirement of a major, which is substantial at this
So
time.
he wouldn't need to sell anything.
And there's no indication that he has ever been political, or at least not political in a negative, in a Nazi fashion. Like, he's been political, like, yeah, Egypt should keep Egypt's stuff, which is a political matter, but never like, and white people are great. Like, he's not an Aryan, like, he's not an Aryan nationalist or anything.
Go for it.
All right, fine.
So just the two of you, or all three of you?
I'm not going.
He can't go.
You could go.
I mean, I could go.
You're bandaged
He's
enough
not
that you can
going.
move around as long as you don't do anything like dodge or run.
what about dip?
Dip. You could dip.
Only when I dip if you dip.
You cannot cha-cha
Oh.
or
The electric
foxtrot.
slide?
Can I whip
Electric side is
and
good.
nay-nay?
Only nay-nay, no whip.
No whip. Oh, shit.
All right.
Guys,
So,
I mean,
so we're going.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't want you to feel left out for this scene. If you want to be there, it's not a big deal.
It's okay.
Okay.
I would rather stay and get some healing in.
You need FYI, you need a full week of healing under a doctor before you can roll any more healing.
If I gotta sit here for a week, I sit here for a
Okay.
week. I need to heal some.
So,
I'm
you
going to
fight
take
reptile
a close
dudes.
It's gonna be
eye
here.
when we leave to make sure that we're
Reptile
not.
Yeah, we fought reptile
Oh, yeah.
dudes.
roll. Both of you roll spot hidden. And then, are you both going armed? I assume you are.
Sure.
Hopefully not with your rifle.
Yeah, I'm
You
packing
know those
my
machine guns
rifle.
that are on the wheel? She just wheels one.
What am I rolling?
Spot hidden.
You mean a turret?
Yeah.
You give it our whole turret?
Yeah, yeah. It's like artillery. She just have
We
a
roll up in a
15-inch cannon.
tank.
Just go boom.
58 over 40.
Your spot hidden's 40?
Blake, did you get it?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's with he gave me the dice roll this afternoon.
Wow.
It's late.
Okay, so you guys go to the house. You are greeted by an Arabic gentleman.
So I don't see anything.
No.
But you passed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You are greeted by an Arabic gentleman who introduced himself as Sheikh Janin El Roth. He says that he is the major's
Stuart?
no, what's the word where you just work for him? What's that word?
Stewart?
His man.
Yeah.
The steward.
He acts as the gatekeeper.
Assistant.
Yes, he acts as the
Doorman?
gatekeeper here. Doorman, whatever. We're moving on.
Steward. That really is the most apt word where you're going for right now.
He invites you in, has you come and sit in the parlor where the major is sitting. The major offers you some drinks ahead of time, or like before dinner drinks, and just begins talking. Like he begins talking. Nothing related to what you guys are talking about. He's just being a good host and carrying on a conversation about England and about the artifacts he's found. And he asks you if you want a tour of his property after dinner to see what he's collected over the years, his trinkets. Asks you how the fog in London is. Like he just generally has a conversation. Do you guys just follow along and everything's fine?
Yes. I do my best to mask my impatience.
Okay. Roll. Let's say roll persuade. Sure.
Oh, this is.
No.
So did
Not
I
at all.
get this information from Ehrlichman's journal? Yes.
What information?
About him?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
So Shirley, are you masking impatience as well?
No, I'm genuinely interested
Okay.
because I want to see if he's like. If he looks like he's just like trying to buy time or
Okay.
something.
He does seem a little more jovial than you're used to from like a proper English gentleman. Like he's just a little more animated and happy. He's not as reserved as you would expect, but it's not. It's still pretty reserved.
Yeah.
And when he starts to notice that you're
showing impatience. He just reaches over and pats you on the shoulder and says, "Don't worry, old boy. We talk business at the table. This is just to get to know each other."
Very well. I apologize.
And I don't think anything of it. Don't worry. And it's probably a half hour before dinner is ready, and cook comes out. Another Arab says, "Dinner is served," and he takes you in, and it is Egyptian cuisine, which you guys are probably not familiar with, but it is. It smells good. It's that quality food you would expect.
It's good stuff.
And once you sit down and the food is kind of served out, he says, "So tell me, what exactly is it that's going on? How can I help?"
Blake looks to Evelyn.
She explains that.
And you introduced yourself as Samantha, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Samantha Evanson. She explains that about the Ehrlichman's journal and receiving his name.
And
That there was some information.
And Ehrlichman chose not to come himself.
Correct.
Okay. But how is
We are-
he?
He's dead, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if we stole it or if
No,
we
no,
got
no.
it because he died.
No, you had to go find it. He hid it. How is Dr. Ehrlichman?
When did you receive that letter from him?
Oh, 15, 16 months ago. I have it here. We can check the dates, but
Would that
that'd be roughly around the same time that he began researching the stone,
okay?
give or take.
Okay, but he died after that, so it is a letter truly from him.
To the best of your knowledge, right now, yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, and I apologize for being the bearer of bad news, but he's passed.
I see. And so you are here investigating the stone? That was the impression I was given.
Yes.
Is that, if I'm missing something? No?
You're correct.
Okay.
And that is why we feel Ehrlichman's letter to you may give us some direction.
I see. He pulls the letter out and he hands it to whichever one is closest to him.
Yeah.
Says,
Would be
by
him.
all means, you're welcome to the letter. If you'd like to copy it down, that's fine as well. I would like to keep it as a personal item, but if you need it for a few days, I understand.
How long was it?
It's like a page and a half, just describing the. I mean, if you briefly read
I
over
just
it,
scan it and then hand it. Yeah.
you don't speak German, do you?
Yeah. I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
29.
Okay. You're missing. It's a little tough to follow because it is in German.
Yeah.
But basically, you get the impression that Ehrlichman had started his research, and that he had come to believe that the major would is tied into good information about the stone and things around it. And if nothing else, he was a good contact in Cairo. So when Ehrlichman came here, he would have someone that he could talk with.
So we could just say we came in his stead.
No, you've already explained that he's dead.
Right.
Okay.
We're here in his stead. I mean, he's dead.
He was red.
Filled with lead.
So you guys,
going.
So I get that much?
yeah.
Okay.
And he kind of stretches. The conversation doesn't seem to slow, but he keeps it moving in a slowish pace over dinner, kind of to make sure that you guys have a chance to eat too. He doesn't like he makes sure you eat, asks you how you like how you like this or this dish or that dish. Shirley, can you roll psychology?
Oh, hey, maybe I got it. Hold on, I'm looking for it.
Starts with a P.
Oh, hey, I got 5. 18 over 5.
Okay. This seems like a proper. This seems like a proper society dinner. Like he's treating you as equals, even though he's grasped that Brian has not been raised at that level, at that particular social skills. He's still treating Brian as an equal. And it's also clear to him that he has picked up on a couple of things about Brian that Brian is not projecting. Like he probably realizes that Brian is a soldier, but he's a soldier, so that makes sense. And that neither one of you are British, because neither one of you are, in fact, British. I mean, your accents are off.
Right,
for
but
that.
we haven't proclaimed to be.
Brian has said that he's working for the British Empire, but that's not a big deal. It's clear that he's aware.
Okay.
That he's reading more into the situation than he's letting on, but that it's also not like damning evidence either.
Right. Okay. So while they're chatting, I'll look over the letter. What do I pick up from it?
Just it's exactly that. Like,
okay.
Ehrlichmann was wanting to come to Cairo at some point and research, and that he heard that the major would be a good contact for things in relation to the stone. Just that's kind of the deal.
So there's different things that he could be. You're saying this, but there's different things that. So does the major have just good contacts at the museum?
It's left vague in the letter.
Or
that's it. It's just left vague in the letter.
Okay.
Go ahead. As dinner kind of finishes up, he says, "Would you like to peruse my collection with me?"
We could walk and talk.
Okay. Cigar for you?
Please.
And brandy.
No, thank you.
Okay, brandy for you as well.
Yes, please.
No, he gives you a finger and a half of like a quality brandy and a nice cigar, and walks you through some halls. The first thing you guys notice is that all of the pieces, all of his trinkets, and he has downplayed them a lot, are quality pieces. All of them come from a very specific period of time from Amarna. So they're very much in this Amarna period, and they're very much tied to the city. And if he curated this collection, he knows a lot, like more than maybe the guy you talked to at the museum.
Would I know that he knows these things? Or, I mean, like...
Yeah, it's clear from the things he's showing you and how he's describing them that he is fully aware of the history of at least this period and this area, that he has chosen this and has stuck to it and has done a very good job. So it'd be like, if somebody collected only those stupid little statues of the little kids.
The Promise.
Yeah.
My mom used to do that.
But if they collected those, like he has all authentic ones, like they're all from like the same, like in order of how they were. Like it's very personal here what he did.
It's very, not prevalent. Is prevalent the word?
I don't know.
Apparent.
Apparent. There you go. It's very apparent to me that you would know a lot about Amarna from your collection.
My gardener, you met him this evening, Mr. Elrafe. He has helped me cultivate this collection. I've been very, very lucky to find him. When I bought the house, I brought his father in to work for me, and he was born here and has worked for me since he became of age.
What was your reasoning for acquiring this collection, this exact collection, for this period of time?
He felt that it would fit. He felt that the collection would be best suited by being cultivated well, and the period is one of the lesser known, which means it's easier and a little bit cheaper for me to get what I'm looking for.
Is he telling the truth?
I don't know. Roll psychology. You can
I
roll
have
psychology as well,
psychology.
Blake. You do?
I don't.
I know. You left your talkie guy at home.
I got a 20 over 16.
Okay. Yeah, he seems to be telling the absolute truth.
So, what I gleaned from the letter, Ehrlichmann believed that you would know people familiar with the Black Stone.
I'm not sure how he made that connection. He was a little vague, I think you saw in the letter. I do know a lot of collectors, and I know there is a secondary market for a lot of artifacts. I happen to know a lot of people on that secondary market.
Well, it's rumored that the stone is from Amarna.
No.
No?
The stone is known to be from Sais. It's rumor. The stone says that the thing you're looking for, the Aten.
We've never said that we were looking for the attendant.
No. I'm telling Matt is telling Shirley.
Oh,
That the
okay. Because
stone-
I was like, we need to leave right now.
No, the black stone is known to be from Sais.
Oh, okay.
That's Shirley
From
or
Sais.
Evelyn knows that.
Oh, okay.
But it points to Amarna hypothetically for the
The
10.
attendant.
Yeah. So he can't keeps walking you through, keeps talking. He says,
Is the attend from this period?
I'm sorry, I'm not. What is that?
Shirley's asking Matt.
Matt, there's no indication. You don't know. You know that the black stone points to Amarna as the location of the attend. That's it. And that's the not translation. That's the interpretation of what the stone
Right.
says.
Does the phrase, was it like the sun meets the
Oh yeah.
horizon?
The
something?
rising of the sun on the horizon.
You ask him if that means
Does
anything.
have anything to
I can't say that it does. You might ask El Rafe. He may have better information.
Would
Obviously, he
you
has
mind
really
if we spoke with him?
Oh, absolutely. He's here somewhere. He calls out for him, and shortly, a few minutes later, a man appears. Bows and says, "Can I get something for you?"
I would basically, I would ask him, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, sorry. Does the phrase, the rising of the sun on the horizon, mean anything to you? Does it sound familiar? Maybe from...
That might be some phrase used to describe Amarna, where it sits on the Nile.
The
but
Nile
it's
means
vague.
the sun?
No. Where it sits on the where it sits on the Nile, you can see the sun and the way it rises. It was always called the city of the rising sun. So, if badly translated or translated and not understood, it could point towards Amarna. That phrase. It depends on where you got it from. I would have to look and see the connecting.
What
words.
else? What else could it have? What else could it
could
mean?
mean? It depends. It depends on what's around it. It could mean anything.
Are you versed in hieroglyphics or hieratic?
I would say that I'm well versed in hieroglyphics. I probably parse out some hieratic. Depends. He is speaking in English. It's a little. It's very accented with Arabic. Or it's accented with Arabic.
Arabic.
It's an Arabic accent on top of it. That's what I'm looking for. He actually reaches over because the major is holding an empty glass, and he reaches over with his right hand to grab it, and his sleeve pulls up, and on his wrist you see the swirl. There, he takes it, and he says, "Can I get you another brandy?"
That's quite good for me, thank you.
Oh, that's I'm very interested. Art. That's an
Oh,
interesting
yes,
tattoo. What does that mean?
It's a family thing. That my father had it. I had it. My grandfather, I think, had it. I never met him.
Your ancestors, were they protectors of some sort?
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
He turns to the major and he says, "You do have an early meeting." And the major says, "Oh, it is getting late. I do hate to cut this short, but
If we have questions about hieroglyphics that we come across, may we?
no, you're welcome." The major says, "You're welcome here anytime. If my man can help, I'm sure he'll do his best."
Thank you so much for your time.
And the major accompanies you back to the parlor where you first met him, and then the sheik walks you out, or Sheik El Rafe. And as you get to the front door, he opens it. He says, "Thank you for coming this evening. I know that the major is always happy to entertain. Perhaps," and he lowers his voice, "you should stop by with your other friend after dark, perhaps closer to midnight. And anything related," and he just kind of gestures with his arm and his sleeve pulls up again, "I may be able to show you something deeper if you seek the attend."
Thank you.
We thank you very much for your help in service tonight.
The major is unaware of what is going on. Do not look badly on him that he didn't give you any information.
Are you aware of what's going on?
My family has been protectors for generations upon generations. And you know what? That's actually a good place for us to stop. We will be back next week with more information from the fantastic land of Cairo. Meanwhile, you can go over to nerdsdom.com, check out our other podcasts. We've got one out called Seriously Let's Play that's fantastic. You should definitely check that out. And we will talk to you guys next week. And that will do it for us tonight on the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us over on Facebook and Twitter at facebook.com/nerdsdomain and twitter.com/nerdsdomain. You can also check out our site at nerdsdom.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter while you're there. You can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. We want to thank Passion Nerdly for our music. Don't forget, you can support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain and check out our shirts at TeePublic.